Kalimera. I am Fanny Picard. I am the founder and CEO of a French small private equity fund specialized in responsible investment. I came here today to share with you 3 convictions. The budget and monetary politics that have been implemented since the beginning of the sanitary crisis have allowed a very quick and strong recovery in 2021, which continue in 2022. The European Central Bank, the states, the development banks have implemented at a lightning speed mechanisms which allowed to support companies, people, and stakeholders. Our companies have shown an incredible adaptability and resilience, except unfortunately in certain sectors which were more struck. Today there still is there is inflation, shortages in certain materials aggravated by the Ukraine war, but still we are coming back to a situation of visibility where we can again project ourselves in the future with ambition. My first conviction is that we are still facing 2 huge challenges of the same amplitude, which are social suffering and environmental challenges. What I call social suffering is the pain, the difficulties of life of those who are the forgotten of the globalization. This social suffering leads to populism. Populism destroys democracy, the democracy that we all need, at least to support our business organizations. So not only for moral or ethical reasons, we need to fight against populism. We need to fight against this social suffering. As far as environmental challenges are concerned, you all know them: climate change, loss of biodiversity, depletion of resources, issues of quality of soils, of air, of water, access to water. They are absolutely huge. We would need to decrease by about 5% our emissions of CO2 by 2030 if we want to remain in the objectives of the Paris Agreements. In 2020, during the sanitary crisis, when in all countries in all the world the production stopped at the same time, the emission of CO2 decreased only by 6%. So more or less, we have to create the same situation as the sanitary crisis in terms of decreasing the CO2 emissions to maintain conditions of life on Earth that will be acceptable, agreeable. It's a huge challenge. And my second conviction is that companies can do a lot to that. And investors can also do a lot while financing, supporting those virtuous companies. And development banks can do a lot while financing our funds, our impact funds that are doing that. That's what we are doing at Alter Equity, the fund which I have created. I will speak about it only to give you maybe inspiration, not to speak of me, or of my team. What we are doing is that we invest in companies which, through their activity, are useful to the society, while being useful to people or being useful to the environment, including being useful, including in terms of environment, finding solutions, being solutions to those environmental challenges which I just mentioned: climate change, biodiversity preservation, preservation of resources, quality of air, water, and ground. And on the social side, we invest in education, culture, access to employment, well-being and health, transition towards a more sustainable society. And in addition, we ask the companies in which we invest to progress in their business behaviors towards more responsible practices. And my third conviction, I don't want to be too long, is that our generation, me and all of us, we have a very strong responsibility. The previous generation, they were not aware of climate change. The next generation will not be in a position to change things because it will be too late. So it is our turn, it is our responsibility to do things and to change the world, and we have the means to do it, and we need to do it now.
Hello, my name is Ioannis Bratakos. I'm the chairman of the Athens Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I met Fanny yesterday at the pre-event dinner that we had. So we said that we're going to be a couple, we're going to be a married couple for a couple of minutes here today. And indeed, in less than 24 hours, she confirmed we're a married couple because she changed her mind, and instead of speaking in French and in Greek, we are speaking in English. But we are okay. In our institutional role as the Chamber of Commerce and Industry, our role is to be the consultant of the government in terms of entrepreneurship, in terms of social issues that are related to entrepreneurship. We provide consulting service for that. What we also do is we provide for social unjust parts of the population. We provide reskilling, upskilling, training sessions. Our aim is to help in terms of the social injustice in the work environment. We are trying to change our logic in terms of ESG, and instead of only using various actions that are common in our world, we are trying to bring in contact the entrepreneurship society with the society. We have various actions that are called EVA Talks, which is EVA is for the Athens Chamber of Commerce and Industry in Greek. We have done a couple of them so far. One of them was with former people that were using drugs. What we're trying to do is find the barriers for them to go into the labor market, and you know there's a path for that. The last step is to get a job. The previous step is to go back into the family, to go back into the friends, which is the easy thing. But if the last step of the path is not successful, then these people go back into their previous life. The second event that we had was with homeless people, and again we tried to find the barriers to enter for them to enter the labor market and get a job. And we also are trying to discuss with the government and find ways, and also the funding for such people to be able to get proper jobs that are paid well, and they can be back in the society. So this is our role as an ESG and as a social partner of our entrepreneurship society, and we will continue furthermore. Thank you very much.